This video is going to be a nice kind of slow fall cleanup day. You know you're a middle-aged mom when you're excited about gutter projects. I'm loving drawing artwork. It has been so much fun for the whole family. Like the kids love it, Richie loves it, but it's also just like bringing me joy. This past winter, I think the kids only got sick like once or twice. I didn't get sick at all. And I was actually, because you put garlic cloves in here, and I'll share the recipe in a second, I was eating like a garlic clove with the syrup. But I'm also Romanian and we eat garlic a lot and are convinced that it like heals everything. Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a nice kind of slow fall cleanup day. A few fun fall-y things while my kids are gone that I would like to get done before it gets colder, because fall doesn't last very long here, although it's beautiful. I love it. Wish it lasted longer. Unfortunately, it will be freezing in a few weeks and it will feel like winter very soon. Okay, so let's talk about my first full season of truly gardening. In early spring, I started off with a lot of different projects. We put a ton of energy into like building our hedge, adding in extra plants here and there, continuing to try to grow grass unsuccessfully, and other random landscaping projects, and of course, building the vegetable garden. By the time summer rolled around, cicadas took over, and honestly, it was hard to even continue wanting to do projects or even wanting to be outside because I couldn't stand them. So everything just kind of took a pause, but by the time they were gone in July, it was so hot out. And of course, enjoyed our vegetables, which was so much fun, especially with the kids. Now that it's getting cooler out, I feel a little unmotivated. I don't know, is anyone else like this? It's like I put so much energy into the front half of the summer and spring, and now it's just like too exhausting to think of anything else to do in my garden. So that whole long list of projects I had, like building a privacy fence or painting my shed, adding more flowers and plants and all these things, it just sort of took a back burner at the end of the summer, and I haven't done them. I don't know what I will get done, but here we are. It's fall. It's kind of time to clean up the garden, take down the vegetable area, and just sort of prepare the landscape. I'm really learning that you might have a whole list of things you want to do in the garden, but it's truly a marathon, not a sprint, and we have years and years to accomplish all these different things back here, so I don't need to rush or try to get it all done at once. There's something actually really sweet about colder months approaching, because we really do get to take a break and rest more from all of these outdoor projects. I'm sure I'll find plenty of indoor projects to do in the meantime, but they don't seem as labor intense sometimes as like outdoor stuff. Here's my little stone path. This ground cover has really spread in between the stones. It looks lovely. I'm excited to see actual flowers come up in the spring, but for now I just sort of cut back a little bit because they do start to grow over the stones, and it's easy to cut them back so that we can still see them. Up here I have my herb box, which did provide us some good herbs this summer, but I have to admit I didn't do a very good job keeping them happy because they all ended up dying kind of late summer. So I'm just cleaning out the box and also grabbing a few feverfew flowers that are ready to be picked down here. The rest are pretty much dying, so I just let them die back. Also, this small critter fence I put up, it didn't 100% work. There was still a rabbit getting in. I did have to use some critter spray as well, but I don't know, I might reconsider how I mapped everything out and switch some things up for next year. I'm just going to go ahead now and harvest any last peppers and tomatoes, which are the only two vegetable plants I have left at this point. I did not and will not be doing any type of fall crops. Like I said, just feeling pretty spent at this point and not interested in planting any more crops, at least. We'll see if I do anything else, but I did have dahlia bulbs in this corner, and I'm not sure if I did something wrong, or maybe they weren't getting enough sunlight or they needed fertilizer or something. I didn't see a ton of flowers. I may plant them in a different section next year, but for now I'm just going to remove them. I'll take the bulbs out of the ground in a few weeks. Overall, here is my empty bed. Kind of sad to see, but thankful for all that it provided me this summer and looking forward to making plans for it next year. I am trying to think through how I can divide plants or propagate now in the fall to save some money and just get some free plants so I can spread out in my yard because there's so much space to cover. So I'm going to try and start a new Weigela. Not sure if I'm saying this right, but from these stem cuttings, I'm just snipping off some of these cuttings and going to place them into wet soil in a pot in the shade. Hopefully I'll get a few new ones that I can spread around in the spring because I like this plant. It's pretty, it's easy, and would love to have some more of them. Also, I am very new to this, guys. I usually just walk around my yard and take a look at what's happening, and then we'll ask Google a bunch of questions to try and figure out what I should do with certain things. I'm just constantly researching because I really don't know, and I also follow some good accounts on Instagram that are helpful, but that's kind of my process at the moment. Some things have worked really well for me this first season, some things haven't. And overall, it has been fun challenging myself, and honestly just feels peaceful being outside a lot of the time. It just feels right. I don't know how to describe it, but pretty sure this is how my mom felt all the time when she would garden, and we would be like outside playing and she was just in her own world gardening. Like, I get it now, mommy, I get it. So who's been wondering about how our grass is doing? I'm sure nobody has, but I'm here to give you a grass update nonetheless. I have talked about this before. We have a huge tree, we have multiple trees there. Our grass grows very patchy in our yard, especially in this spot behind me. Now that it's fall, it's actually the right time to be like putting energy into grass. So I guess we kind of wasted our time doing that in the summer, but we just wanted to try. We had the landscapers aerate, and we laid down grass seed plus clover seed. So I looked online, there's like mixed opinions on this. We're just to the point where it's like, grass isn't going to grow very well back here. I just want something green and lush under my feet, the kids' feet. Like, yeah, I like to do a little grounding once in a while, like to be barefoot once in a while. But yeah, I don't like the muddy patches and whatever. So part of the other issue was our gutters, which are to the right and left of me here on the posts. I've shown you guys before. If you're also wondering about the rain barrel update and how that went this summer, the rain barrels did okay. They collected a lot of rainwater. One gutter gets a ton more water coming down than the other, so we need to get our gutters fixed at some point because I think it's just not aligned and it's causing more water to come down one side, so that barrel would get full and then it would overflow. And then it would start to flood here again, which never helped the situation of us trying to grow new grass, because then all those seeds would drown and it was just like this vicious circle. So in an ideal world, I wouldn't even have the rain barrels anymore because I don't want flooding. We want to be able to grow grass or clover, whatever, grow something. Anyways, I decided to work on a gutter project for all my moms, maybe not a mom, not even just moms, ladies out there who are waiting for your husbands to help you with the gutter. And Richie, this is not even like a dig at you because I know you would have helped me with it, but it was to the point where I'm like, I'm just gonna do this on my own. I got this, I could do it. I watched a video, I'll figure it out. And it's pretty empowering because we can do hard things. We can do home improvement stuff. We can handle it. So initially when we moved in, the gutters would go down and out that way into the grass, bringing water away from the house, but therefore just flooding our yard more. Like, it was just not working. So I wanted to do the gutter that way, going into the pea gravel. So it's gonna flood our pea gravel a bit, but I'd rather have water go there than in the grass that we are desperately trying to grow. Everything has been seeded now, so we're like watering it twice a day, I have not seen anything spring up yet. We're on like day 3. So you know how it is. You walk out every morning with your robe and coffee, peering at the grass, is anything growing yet? Let me just show you guys what I've been up to. You're a middle-aged mom when you're excited about gutter projects. We are going to create a hinged gutter extension. Now, I already installed most of it. I'm waiting for a hinge to come in from Amazon, so I can't really finish it in this video, but I'll show you what it's going to be once it's done. I installed this piece the other day. The hinge is going to go here, and then it will extend upward and Velcro up there so it can stay up, but then when it rains, we're going to just bring it down. Water will flow outward away from my grass. The other side, unfortunately, it is going to go into the grass a little bit because I couldn't get it long enough to extend into the garden bed, but it's okay because that's the side that actually doesn't get a ton of rainwater. This is the side that like all the rainwater's coming down. Will it work? Will it not work? I don't know. This could just be a temporary solution until we finally get the gutter situation fully figured out, but for now I'm willing to try this. So that's the exciting grass and gutter update. Okay, I have to change because the weather's doing that thing where it's like really cold in the morning and then really hot and sunny in the afternoon, and I was getting so sweaty in that hat. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this because I'm running out of my natural cough syrup, immunity booster, whatever you want to call it. I made this last year in a fall video, and I am happy to report that it worked so good. And I'm really not one to hype up anything like to an extreme and say like, oh, really, this made me not get sick and it was so good and it truly worked. But like, I mean it when I say this must have been it, because ever since we've had young kids, we get sick so much in the winter. They do, and then we do. It just, everything gets passed around over and over again. But this past winter, I think the kids only got sick like once or twice. I didn't get sick at all. And I was actually, because you put garlic cloves in here, and I'll share the recipe in a second, I was eating like a garlic clove with the syrup. Not every day, but maybe like a few times a week, and I'm convinced that that's what did it. But I'm also Romanian, and we eat garlic a lot and are convinced that it like heals everything. So I don't know. Is that what it was? Overall, it was just like our healthiest winter yet. And this is the only thing I changed. Obviously, we took our regular daily vitamins and all of that. I did not make up this recipe. I got it from this girl on Instagram. Anyways, let's get to it. It's really easy to make. All you need is purple onion, ginger, garlic cloves, rosemary, and oregano. Raw organic honey. Local honey is best, or Manuka honey. You combine all the ingredients in a mason jar with the honey, and the longer that it sits, the more medicinal property it has. It fights infection. It's rich in antibiotics, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory. Overall, an amazing immune booster, and has many other benefits. The kids and I take it daily, and it can be taken by anyone over the age of 1. See the caption for all the details. I did switch that yellow frame out from my chalkboard. I no longer liked it. It felt like it was clashing with a lot of the artwork I was making, and wood is just a good, safe option that's not gonna clash. I'm loving drawing artwork. It has been so much fun for the whole family. Like the kids love it, Richie loves it, but it's also just like bringing me joy. So I'm gonna end my day before I get the kids drawing a cute little autumn piece. I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. I need to kind of find something that inspires me, but hopefully it turns out good. Okay, I feel like this isn't my best work. I'm like happy with how it turned out. I love it, but it was also hard to create like the correct texture, and this is the only way I can make it look decent. So we're going with it. It's not perfect, but it's okay. It's something new, and it was something that was more like left up to my interpretation to do. Whereas all the other stuff I've drawn, I was easily able to just copy exactly what I saw in like an image. So this is challenging me a little bit, which is nice.